Broadcasting from Hollywood, it's the official On Air with Brandon J podcast. Here we go.
Hi, I'm David Castro. I'm the CEO and founder of Icebrekr, groundbreaking new app on iOS and Android. And I am here with Brandon J. You're about to listen to In the Mix with Brandon J.
Hey guys, welcome back. I'm here with Mr. David Castro, the CEO and founder of a new groundbreaking app, Icebrekr. David, thank you so much, man.
It's great to be here.
It's great to be here. Exactly what is Icebrekr?
Icebrekr is a connection utility that when you have the app on and other people who are within eyeball distance have the app on, folks drop into the discovery screen. And the concept is that when you're going to an event, when you're in a crowd, when you're in a group that you want to make networking connections for, historically, you'd feel a lot of pressure that you'd have to talk to almost everybody there in order to find that 1% to 2% that's your ideal connection. With Icebrekr, you'd be able to have some keywords in there, and then if somebody who is within eyeball distance that has the app on hits those keywords, that it would notify you. You could pull your app out of your pocket, your phone out of your pocket, take a look and see who that is, and then go prioritize making an introduction to them so you get your return on investment for the time and energy that you're spending at that networking event.
Man, is that what creates the stickiness to getting people to say, you know what, I got to join this app? It's undeniable.
It is. There's a couple things. Another one would be if we just all met, let's say we're sitting down at a table at this conference, for example, and we wanted to get each other's information. One way is to slide the business card across, and then there's energy involved with entering that into your system, or taking it back home with you and maybe losing it. With Icebrekr, you would just open the app up and you'd see the folks who are sitting right with you, and then you click on the LinkedIn, the Instagram, or whatever it is, or share the contact information. Super easy, and that's another one that's very valuable and helpful in terms of stickiness for the app.
When someone in your position, David, is out there and you're like, hey, I've got a new app, we're about to hit the marketplace with it with beta testing, and then you get past the beta testing phase and you get out there, what advice do you give out there to those entrepreneurs to really get traction for the app?
The first thing is just being aware that you have to, in my case, I have to educate a little bit because I am creating a little bit of a new app that isn't really represented already in the environment. So when you have something that's already represented in the environment, it's a lot easier to say, well, it's like this, it's like that. For me, I have to say it's like AirDrop / LinkedIn /
Right.
maybe Match.com, and then people are like, okay, I get it. But you're constantly looking for validation on a particular, where the stickiness is, where you want to streamline and those type of things. And so it's going to take some time to clarify that, and then you start clarifying your message around it. So you have an idea, you might be spot on, but there's probably still some clarifying that you need to do, and that's going to happen by putting it out there, just throwing it out there, getting people to use it, and then observing, getting feedback, and then solidifying that messaging around it.
In terms of the integration, or I should say how user-friendly Icebrekr is, when I was creating my profile, I was able to connect via my LinkedIn, and it was able to pull all my data, including my avatar and information, and then I'm able to connect my other socials to it as well. Do you feel that in the near future, and maybe I'm giving you an idea here, and I don't want to step on your toes. He's the CEO and founder of Icebrekr, but do you feel that there's going to be an integration into Icebrekr with AI?
Definitely. So right now it is a bit analog, and I love your idea and so forth. There is an opportunity to go beyond, what you might put in, and with an opt-in, always opt-in, 100% reciprocity, opt-in, very thoughtful on those things. But there will be an opportunity at some point for users who want to opt in to be able to utilize AI, such that I right now will put some things about my profile in there, and you might know a little bit about me. If I am open to it, I could maybe open myself up to more connections if I were to opt in on an AI type thing where it's pulling in like Apollo, some of these, there's a lot of data out there, right? That that if I wanted to, again, there could be another level where folks could allow themselves to be more open to additional connections that they wouldn't have gotten because, let's face it, in the real world, your connections are equal to the projections that you make about yourself. Whether it's how you dress, whether it's how you talk, whether it's what you say about yourself, your connections are going to be equated to the projections you make about yourself. And on the app, it's the same way. So depending on what you opt in for, depending on what you write in the app on your profile, it's going to matter who it is that you end up connecting with.
Man, I was able to download the app successfully on iOS, on my iPhone. Is it available on Android as well?
Yes, it is. I'm actually an Android user mostly. I have both phones, obviously, because I'm an app founder. But yes, it's available on both. Yep.
David Castro, the CEO and founder of a new groundbreaking app, Icebrekr. Thank you so much for taking the time. I've learned a lot about the app. I started using the app prior to coming to the conference because I wanted to meet certain people and network, and I think it's a very useful tool, and I'm excited to see where this thing goes, man.
Thank you. And if I could say, we obviously connected before the event started, and we have a methodology I call, it's event PDA, and that's pre-event, during event, and after event value from Icebrekr. And so you see people cascading into the event page who are coming to the event, and then it's like, oh, I need to connect with Brandon, and we did, and then we connected here at the event, and then after the event, there's people that we aren't going to get around to.
Right.
Nobody does. And so you can go back and say, oh, you know what, I also need to connect with this person there and do so. So I appreciate you mentioning that.
Hey, man, David Castro, Icebrekr. I'm Brandon J. We'll see you next time here. Goodbye for now.
Thank you for tuning in to On Air with Brandon J. Follow on Instagram at I am Brandon J.